With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
GOAT, boy.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series rounds out their Season 3 regular season. That's right, race number 10 on the books. Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle, 70 laps around this 2.5 mile triangle. And yeah, there you can see it right there. Race information on the screen for you as qualifying has already clicked. 60 seconds off of the stopwatch. We'll keep our eye on the track, wait for these drivers to put in some of their timed laps. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from the track side. And look looking at the speed charts there in happy hour, a familiar man at the front of the field, Jason Branch, timed in with a 55.78, I believe was the quick time there in happy hour. Track cooling down just about 1 degree, 106 track temperature there in happy hour for the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series drivers. We've got quite a few of those drivers out there on the track putting in their time lapse, so we will see those times come up shortly over there on the left-hand side of your screen. There you go. We'll throw it up as they begin to cross the line. You'll see that come right across for you. Sean Mitchell, David Cameron going to cross the line. Chris Scala going to come to the track tonight. Scala invited to come in and race here tonight in the ARCA Menard Series. Scala, a familiar name in those trucks as well as Xfinity machines. Noah Owens, your top regular on the track right now in that 88 machine, 56.234 for his first time lap. Halfway through this 5-minute qualifying session here for the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series. And coming up over the next few weeks, we're going to have ourselves quite a bit of great racing action. The chase begins next Monday night. Darlington Raceway going to host and kick off that championship run. Then we'll head to the West Coast to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, head down south to Texas, back across to the east side of things to Richmond. And then we will round things out, I do believe, at Homestead, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just verify that, try to get the producers in my ear on that one. And absolutely, Homestead Miami Speedway, we will crown a Season 3 champion. Chris Scala still with that top spot. Looks like Sean Mitchell's, Noah Owens, Jason Branch, they're done with their qualifying laps. Todd McGregor also done with his time lap. Larry Poling, Darren Clement yet to go out there. Ethan Moakwood in the 16 machine. He's yet to put in his time lap. He's out on the track. Just about 60 seconds remaining here in this 5-minute qualifying session. Can Scala keep the pole position? We'll have to wait and see. Just another 60 seconds. Scala off the track. So for now, quick time tonight, 55.89.7 for that 98 of Chris Scala. See who we got out there on track. I believe Kevin Burrows is out there on track on his second time lap there. You can see Burrows now coming across that start-finish line. Burrows going to go. Where's he going to go? Second time lap. Second on the speed charts. Quick, but not quick enough. Burrows going to slot in second. Donald Bennett going to stay right there in seventh. Mokwa in the 16. He's going to go in the 9th position. First time lap for him. And that's pretty much going to do it. 6 seconds left. Chris Scala going to take the pole position here tonight. What a run by Scala. And as that qualifying session does come to a close, we're going to step away from the track for just a brief commercial. We'll head right on back with your starting lineup in your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming? Who whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And with the birds flying over, drivers making their way through final pre-race inspection, we're set to kick things off here in the final race of the regular season here in season number 3 for the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series. A handful of drivers still down there trying to make their way through pre-race inspection. We'll see how many more are still down there. Looks like 5 or 6 drivers still back behind the wall waiting to get through inspection. Slowly but surely they'll begin to make their way to the starting grid. So for now, race fans, what do you say we run down your official point standings coming into tonight's race, race number 10 in this 15 race, the season number 3 for the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series drivers. Kevin Burrows leads the pack. 43 points separate himself from Jason Branch. Close battle from Branch on back. Noah Owens, David Cameron, John Peel rounding out your top 5. Lee Campbell right there. John McMillan Sr., Donald Bennett making some gains over the past few weeks. Larry Bowling, Todd McGregor, Logan Hartman right there battling close as well from 12th on back. A little bit of a battle amongst themselves as well. So multiple little points battles to be settled out here in this regular season as we get set for green flag racing here at Pocono. And you can hear those bells tolling in the background. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup here for race number 10 at Pocono Raceway. Chris Scala gonna show up and show out in that Serv Pro 98 4X racing machine. The 98 gonna go top of the speed charts in qualifying. He'll line up inside row number 1. Just to his outside, familiar face at the front of the field here in the ARCA Menard Series, the 23 of Kevin Burrows. The 10 of David Cameron going to start inside row number 2. Sean Mitchell in the 65, just to his outside. Noah Owens in that 88 machine going to round out your top 5. Jason Branch going to start outside row number 3. Back in row number 4 here tonight from the tricky triangle, the 31 of Donald Bennett and Lee Campbell. Inside row number 5, the 16 of Ethan Mogul. Todd McGregor gonna line up just to his outside in that 10th position. Back in row number 6 tonight, the 15 of Logan Hartman and the 46 of Darren Clement. Gary Wells, Larry Poling in race control. Glad we could have them up there. Make sure all these drivers keep it nice and clean, race the way that they know how, and we'll have to see whether or not they're busy men up there in that race control booth tonight or not. Chris Scala, as we said, was invited to come out and play with these drivers here tonight out on the track. Maybe I shouldn't necessarily use the word play, but join these drivers on the track for the season finale, and he shows up, puts it on top of the speed charts with a 55.897 in qualifying. That's going to match what that 99 of Branch did in happy hour. Track began to cool off a little bit from happy hour to qualifying. We'll check in with the weather report here once we get to green flag racing in the field through turn 3 for the first time iRacing Mustang pace car going to duck off, make that left-hand turn, and we will get set to go. Green flag racing here at Pocono Raceway. The boss man drops the green flag and Scala scoots away. Burrow's going to slot right in that second position. Sean Mitchell right there, the 65. Looking good on the outside. How about David Cameron? He looked to the bottom of the raceway heading into turn number 1. Not able to get by the Blue Diecast sponsored 65 yet, as Burrows now battling with Mitchell to keep that second spot. And look at these cars kind of crab walking down these straightaways, man. That's how you know you got a lot of setup dialed into that thing, yawled out right there. Getting a lot of side force to keep these cars on the track. Close little battle. Check this one out. 99 of Jason Branch already up one spot from where he started from back in 6th. He rounds out your top 5. Noah Owens going to drop to the 6th spot. Whoa, big moment for Owens right in front of Lee Campbell. That's going to be 6th and 7th on the raceway. Here comes Branch looking to the bottom of Cameron. Do apologize. Hope the mic got muted for that cough there. If not, we do apologize about that. But inside look here with Jason Branch, that 99 machine looking to close in on the top 3. Chris Scala maintains that race lead. Here comes Sean Mitchell looking to grab a spot. And he's going to work his way right on around. Sean Mitchell going to take control of this race, give us our second leader already here very early at Pocono. No, we didn't forget about it. We were trying to let things sort themselves out a little bit, settle down here. We'll cross the line, begin lap number 3 out of the 70 scheduled here tonight. Side by side now as Burrows and Branch are going at it for that final podium spot. Chris Scala looks like he's lost a little bit of a pace as Sean Mitchell absolutely stepping away now, almost 1 full second out in front of your pole sitter Chris Scala, who's now falling into the clutches of Kevin Burrows. Jason Branch right there hounding these two drivers after getting by the 10 of David Cameron. Cameron back rounding out your top 5 now as Lee Campbell makes his way around Noah Owens for P6. Two almost 3 wide racing off of turn number 3. They'll stack them up going down the front stretch as now Jason Branch looks to the outside of Kevin Burrows. He's going to take the spot for a moment, looking now to close in on Chris Scala, but he's got to complete that initial pass on Burrows first. Going to do so off of turn 2, come down this long bond straightaway into the tunnel turn. Turn 2 here at the tricky triangle, and he's going to grab second spot away. Branch moving to the front. And as these two drivers still battle side by side for that second position going into turn number 3, Sean Mitchell absolutely enjoying what's going on in the background because he's already stepped it out to almost a 2-second advantage. 1.7 seconds as he crosses the line that time by. Last time across the stripe of 56.03 for your race leader, of 56.62 for Jason Branch. Noah Owens, second fastest on the track, sitting back in the 7th position, 56.49. Lee Campbell right there with a 56.30 as well last time around. So a few of the drivers back in the pack, just in a little bit of traffic. Otherwise, it looks like they've got some pace. Now that branch has cleared Kevin Burrows and Chris Scala, as Burrows was able to get around your pole sitter Scala, who's fallen from grace, dropping 4 spots, now 3 spots I should say, back from first to that 4th position in just 5 laps. Mitchell starting to get reeled back in here by Branch. Branch does have quite a bit of pace, but don't count that 23 of Kevin Burrows out. Burrows has visited victory lane 4 times this season here in the Butt Kicker Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series. So you can never count out that 23. Jason Branch, he ripped off 3 straight race wins early in the season. You can never count out that fast 99 either, as both of those drivers now going to go side by side down the Long Pond straightaway into turn 2. iHeartRadio not gonna connect. Looks like we may need to dial some Sirius XM. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Burrows going to take that 2nd spot away, and as those two battled side by side, look at that, almost a half a second gained by Sean Mitchell as those two battled and swapped that 2nd spot amongst themselves. Looking back through the field, we do have a few more battles. Not quite as close as this one for 2nd place, and as I say that, looks like Oakwa looks to go around Donald Bennett down into turn number 1. Bennett on the high side in the turn 3. Bromley Design Simbox sponsored ARCA car going down the backstretch. Drag race with the 16 of Moqua. Who's going to have it all going to turn number 2? Who's going to let out early? It looks like Bennett may concede that position going through the tunnel turn. Got to wash up just a little bit into that 2nd lane. He maintains the momentum, though, down the short chute here into turn number 3. They'll go side by side. A little bit of an advantage for the 16, as just off in front of them, you can see Noah Owens and Todd McGregor going at it for 7th and 8th on the track. Bennett with a big run off of 3. He'll clear the 16 by a car and a half by the time they get to turn 1. Going to jump around the raceway just a little bit, back up here towards the front of the field. Kevin Burrows starting to step away from Jason Branch. He's opened that gap by a half a second, as Scala starting to close back in on Branch now. Just 2/10 back is this Serve Pro 98 heading back into the tunnel turn. David Cameron, he's got company. Lee Campbell is starting to close in on him. We'll have a battle for that 5th and final top 5 spot here in the next lap or 2. Chris Scala still hounding that 99 of Jason Branch. We stayed caution free so far here tonight at the Tricky Triangle. Lap number 9 now underway out of the 70 scheduled here tonight. And I tell you what, why don't we jump on board? Let's go with one of these onboard camera shots with your pole sitter here tonight. Let's ride with that 98 of Chris Scala. What happened to Sean Mitchell? We're going to jump back out the race car and up to the front of the field. Look at here. Look at here. The 23 of Kevin Burrows. He's closed right in. That gap was almost at a 2-second mark. Unless that 65 really just ran the tires off, or he is saving quite a bit. He was about a half a second slower than Kevin Burrows last time around. Could this be a little bit of fuel strategy, maybe pushing the pace a little bit, then winding it down, letting these drivers run hard to catch up and trying to run hard to scoot away just a little bit as Kevin Burrows going to take the race lead now. That's going to give us our second lead change of the night amongst 3 different drivers. All 3 of those drivers inside the top 3, Kevin Burrows, Sean Mitchell, Chris Scala, in that order, except reverse. Chris Scala was your pole sitter, led the first 2 laps. Then Sean Mitchell took over from there. Kevin Burrows now at the front of this field. We'll jump back on board here with the 65 of Sean Mitchell trying to chase back down Kevin Burrows and grab that top spot. Back away, he's got a 0.3 of a second disadvantage. He's got to make up, still a half a second in front of Chris Scala. Jason Branch back and forth. Rounding out your top 5 on lap number 11 is the 10 of David Cameron. Lee Campbell, Noah Owens back in 6th and 7th. Todd McGregor, Donald Bennett in 9th. Ethan Mokel in the 16 machine. He's going to round out your top 10. Larry Poling listed as the last driver on the track on the lead lap, back in the 11th position. The 69 a little bit off pace here, about 6 seconds back from that 16, who has not led Donald Bennett to get away, and Bennett is slowly starting to close in on Todd McGregor, so we're about to have a 3 or 4 car little scrum going on towards the rear of this field, because Todd McGregor, he's starting to close in on Noah Owens. Kevin Burrows, race leader, he took that top spot just a handful of laps ago, and since he's been able to stretch it out just a little bit, took the race lead right at about 2.5, almost 3 laps ago. Not quite able to stretch it out to as big of an advantage as that 65 did, but already beginning to build that gap, build that buffer zone. He's going to be able to start to run a little bit more calm. Not going to have to worry about what's going on in his side mirror or rear view mirror for the next handful of laps. Close little battle going on right back here. We'll jump back to the 99 of Jason Branch, David Cameron going at it with each other. Take a look back off of the tail end of that 99 of Jason Branch as he's trying to slowly scoot away from David Cameron, trying to get back up there and take that third and final podium position away. We'll head down the Long Pond straightaway once again and back into turn 2. What's going on back at the front of the field? Scala and Mitchell gonna swap the 2nd and 3rd position going into turn 3. And Scala on his way back to the front. Did he maybe play it a little safe for those first 10 laps or so? He's had quite a bit of pace over the last handful of laps. We'll see what this lap time goes for. Race leader Kevin Burrows going to turn in a 57.01. Chris Scala just a little bit slower, a tick slower. Looks like a 57.11. So right at a 10th slower, but there you can see much faster than that 65 of Sean Mitchell, who's starting to fade here. I believe Mitchell may have used those tires just a little bit too early. Jump around the track just a little bit, trying to grab all the battles that we can out there on track for you. Jason Branch, David Cameron going at it side by side now is Moqua and McGregor. I believe that's Lee Campbell. Todd McGregor able to step away as these 3 have been battling and switching positions for the past 2 laps. The Monster Army 16 of Moqua gonna go to 8th. On the board, Donald Bennett looking to make a pass now on Lee Campbell. He's looking to take that turn 3 sponsored machine to victory lane here tonight. And, well, you can call it a hometown race for him. Driver out of Kutztown, Pennsylvania, Donald Bennett looking to have a good showing here at the home track in front of the fans, friends, and family all here in the stands. We'll have to wait to see how he goes throughout the rest of the night. Close little battle here. There's Todd McGregor, Noah Owens. They're going to go at it for 6th and 7th on the track. Let's watch this little battle unfold for a lap or two. Not much to be said at the front of the field. Kevin Burrows out to a 1.5, almost 1.7 second advantage now as he gained quite a bit of time off of turn 2 and down the back stretch. Burrows leads by almost 2 seconds now. Chris Scala back in second. Sean Mitchell, Jason Branch, David Cameron still rounding out your top 5 as Todd McGregor gonna take the 7th spot away from Noah Owens. The Blues Race Design and Blues Diecast sponsored 88 of Noah Owens, struggling a little bit with the long run pace here. And Ethan Mokwa, how about that Monster Army machine moving to the front? He's got the long run pace. He's going to pick up, what is it, about 3 positions already here in the past about 7 laps or so. He's looking to make one more pass work. Goes to the bottom in turn 1. He'll look for the spot off of 2. Long run down this straightaway, one of the longest straightaways barring the front stretch here at Pocono. Drivers really able to wind these ARCA Menards machines up and get a lot of pace. Upwards of 160 miles an hour getting into the corner. And I know some of you may be like, well, Dave, the Cup cars go a lot faster. Well, they're Cup cars. Of course they do. That's almost matching about the speed that the trucks are running into these corners here. Kevin Burrows, 182 miles an hour getting into turn number 1 that time by your race leader, pushing the limits in his car. Not laying back just yet. He's trying to build that gap. It's upwards of 2 seconds now. Chris Scala just about 2 seconds out in front of Sean Mitchell, and Mitchell has about 2 seconds over Jason Branch as well. So drivers at the front really starting to separate themselves and set themselves up for some green flag pit stops here. We haven't talked about the fuel strategy yet here tonight. Is anybody going to come down pit road as soon as that fuel window opens? Are they going to be more inclined to run the fuel out of these machines? I don't know. I think if I'm somewhere outside of your top 5, pretty much anywhere outside of your top 5, you're looking at over 10 seconds or so behind your race leader. That's close enough to get down pit road and off pit road without losing a lap. And very well may be worth the couple of tenths that you're going to have each lap until the leader's pit. I'm not sure you're going to make up 10 seconds, but I mean, you're not going to make it up if you don't try. David Cameron falling through the field. He'll drop to the 7th position. Mokwa looking now to make his way by Todd McGregor. The 16 looks to crack into the top 5 for the first time, but McGregor, your biggest mover of the race, not having any of it right now. The 71 stays in that 5th position, up 5 spots from where he started tonight's race. And Jason Branch, he's going to come to pit road. Branch to pit road. He's going to be the first driver inside of your top 5 to try to possibly pull a little bit of an undercut. We haven't really had too many reports of how long these drivers can stay out on the track. Typically, we can hear some race chatter out there during happy hour. Drivers and crew members discussing the fuel range that they're going to be able to pull off during the race, but very quiet on the radio here tonight at the Pocono Raceway. So it looks like these drivers, crew chiefs, in teams are trying to play that one close to the sleeve and keep it a secret. On board with Todd McGregor as he's going to follow Sean Mitchell and Ethan Moqua to pit road. 3 more drivers down. Noah Owens going to pull the 88 down to pit road as Kevin Burrows begins to really pad that race lead. Chris Scala sitting in the second position, 3.3 seconds back from this driver right here. And Burrows, we've already said it. We said it early in the broadcast. He knows how to get to victory lane. Only driver here in season number 3 to beat a victory lane 4 times so far. Jason Branch was able to get there 3 times. And Burrows topped that, went back to victory lane for a 4th time. He's looking for the checkered flag here tonight to round out the regular season and put a seal on that regular season points championship and head off into the first race of the chase next week at Darlington Raceway with a full head of steam, with a big boost of confidence, able to get back to victory lane after a little bit of a drought. When we say drought, he just didn't get to victory lane, I believe, for like 3 races. But, you know, when you're ripping off wins in a very short season the way that Burrows has, it can be quite a drought. A little bit longer of a drought for that 99 of Jason Branch. He opened up the first 3 races here in season number 3 for the Butt Kicker Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series with race winning performances. 3-peat on the first 3. And Todd McGregor, I think McGregor's had problems. McGregor misses pit road. He's going to have to go back around. That's going to be some big time trouble for that 71. He's going to lose a ton of ground as Scala and Cameron both come to pit road this time around. That's going to leave just Larry Poling and Todd McGregor to come down for their first green flag pit stop. Oh my goodness, McGregor missed it. And how about Larry Poling? He's going to stay out, extend the run a little bit longer than the rest of the drivers. It looks like right now Donald Bennett was on the pit road on lap number 21. One of the latest drivers to come down to pit road. And, well, Poling has been out there for at least 2 laps longer, almost putting that 16 of Moqua down a lap as he falls back outside of the top 10, back to 11th. Poling gonna pull the Texaco Havoline 69 machine to pit road after gaining 13 positions and having the race lead for just a handful of laps. He'll hand it back over to that 23 of Kevin Burrows. And look at the big gain by Jason Branch. He has closed that gap under 2 seconds now after that green flag pit stop. And as Burrows goes back to the point, that's going to be our 4th different lead change of the night amongst 4 different drivers. Larry Poling scored with leading 2 laps. Excuse me. Leading 2 laps here tonight. Jason Branch leading some laps. Sean Mitchell, Chris Scala all leading laps. Or actually, I apologize. That's going to be 5 different race leaders. You know, Dave can't count sometimes. Three-lap fresher tires for your race leader, the 23 of Kevin Burrows. As looking at the timing and scoring, he's about a half a second faster lap after lap right now. That gap beginning to build and grow once again. 1.86 second advantage over Jason Branch, who now runs in second. Sean Mitchell back there in third. he's got company. Chris Scala starting to close in. This is one of your closest and only battles on the raceway. Battle back behind them, just inside the top 10. Todd McGregor looking for a little bit more. He's looking to take that 8th spot away from David Cameron. Back up to the battle between Mitchell and Scala, your closest battle on the track. 0.3 of a second separate these two drivers. Tell you what, why don't we go on board here, get a camera shot right there, overhead camera shot, the 65 of Sean Mitchell just in front of your pole sitter here tonight, the 98 of Chris Scala. He's fallen from that top spot back to the 4th position, fell all the way back to 5th at one time. Since came back, ran up in the 2nd spot, but through the green flag pit stops, has dropped back to the 4th position, but he is all over the 65 L&J Welding Blues die-cast sponsored 65 of Sean Mitchell. He'll look to the inside now as they head side by side down the front stretch into turn 1. Advantage goes to Scala for a moment, but now Mitchell gaining some ground on the high side in, ooh, gonna be close. He pulls the pass off Scala. Gonna slide up the racetrack just a little bit and put his 98 back out in front of the 65 of Sean Mitchell. Burrows checking out now, man. 3.6 second advantage over Jason Branch, who has the same distance back over these two drivers that were battling with each other. Chris Scala running in 3rd. Sean Mitchell now back in 4th, right where he started from tonight. Noah Owens, same for him in that 88 machine. He's 9 seconds back from Sean Mitchell, but running in 5th, right where he started. We'll go back to one of our onboard camera shots here with Chris Scala. And it's got to be a little bit concerning just seeing Jason Branch way out there in front. Yes, you've got 3 lap pressure tires, but are you going to be able to gain that time? Branch able to gain a ton of time through the undercut, but looks like he's giving up quite a bit on the backside of things. We'll have to wait to see when he comes back down to pit road. He was out there for 19 laps. Looks like he'll try to extend that run somewhere to about lap 40 or so before he comes back down pit road. Most of the rest of the field will hit pit road somewhere around lap 40 to 44 to 45, I do believe. And we'll jump back around the track just a little bit with some more great racing action. There's that 16 of Moco. He's trying to make his way back up through the field. Has gotten around Larry Poling, who is running now in the 11th position, still on the lead lap, but very close to falling off of the lead lap, about 10 seconds away from your race leader, Kevin Burrows. Whoa, big moment for the 16. Super loose coming off of turn 3. Todd McGregor was going at it with David Cameron. We joined that battle a little bit late. He's going to grab that position away from Cameron for the moment. The 10 going to drop back to the 9th position. That pass was made on lap number 29. Race leader already taking lap number 30. Field going to follow them by across the line. We'll inch closer to the halfway point here tonight. I tell you what, not too many battles out there tonight as the field has started to stretch themselves out just a little bit. Tell you what, why don't we go ahead and run down your halfway driver highlights and spotlights. Let's get a better picture. There you can see him, your race leader, your points leader. The 23 of Kevin Burrows looking to seal the deal with a race win and grab that regular season championship bonus point. Burrows sits in first. Driver sitting back behind him, onboard camera shot with the Virginia Beach native Jason Branch. Led a handful of laps. He needs to try to find a way to get up there to the top spot if he's going to want to have any chance at taking that regular season points championship home with him. Branch, second in the points, second on the track. Driver out of Gainesville, Georgia, Chris Scala, going to rejoin the butt kicker Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series drivers on the track here tonight for the final regular season race. Scala put it at the top of the speed charts with a 55.897 in qualifying. Led the first handful of laps, has since struggled to get back to the point. Scala runs in third. On board with this man right here, Sean Mitchell inside that L&J Blues Diecast sponsored 65 machine. Mitchell started right here in that fourth position, and he runs right here in that fourth position after leading a handful of laps. Mitchell has struggled with some pace at the tail end of the long run. We are starting to work our way towards that tail end of the long run once again. Mitchell runs in fourth. Another driver right where he started here tonight, but under fire. Noah Owens running in the fifth spot. Can he keep that 88 in that fifth spot? We'll have to wait to see if the Blues Race Designs, Blues Diecast sponsored 88. Blues all over here sponsoring a ton of these drivers and cars. We're going to have to reach out to Blues and see what's going on over there. Big time things at a Blues Diecast on board with that 88 of Noah Owens, rounding out your top five. And as we went through our driver highlights and spotlights, check that out, the 31 of Donald Bennett. He's going to look to the inside. They'll drag race down the Long Pond straightaway. Back to turn number 2. Bennett gonna crack the top 5 by the time he gets to the tunnel turn. Tell you what, why don't we go ahead and show him some love there, Donald Bennett. He's gonna snatch that last spot inside the top 5. The Keystone Motorsports, Kutztown, Pennsylvania native. My boy, your boy, the 31 of Donald Bennett, puts the Bromley Design Sim Box Turn 3 Racing Network sponsored 31 inside the top 5 for the second time here tonight from the Tricky Triangle. A little bit of a hometown race. We'll see if Bennett can improve on that top 5. And as we had that run down and are right at the halfway point, let's jump back up here towards the front. Chris Scala has gotten by Jason Branch for that second position pass. Happened one lap ago. A Branch now struggling to stay inside the top 3. I say struggling, but he's still got a little over a 3-second advantage back to the next man, Sean Mitchell, running in fourth. So Branch with a little bit of a buffer. But you can be assured, Sean Mitchell, he's got some fresher tires, and he's going to work his way up there just as quick as he can, trying to take that final podium spot away from a driver that has already visited victory lane. And as we have reached that halfway point, race fans, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. But you won't miss any of the action as we stay swift, side by side. Back trackside as promised, not missing any of the action. David Cameron, Todd McGregor have been going at it for the past handful of laps. Jason Branch has already peeled from the track back on lap number 36 for his second stop of the race. Kevin Burrows is still out front. And Stephen, how am I just now finding this out? Man, I've got a protest coming in to the admins and officials here, man. That's just all sorts of wrong that I don't know that Noah Owens is the owner of Blues. And here I was going to go try to search out who it was and see what's going on over there. And I can just look right down there on the track and find the owner himself. So we'll be catching up with Noah Owens here very shortly. We'll let him deal with the task at hand right here tonight from the Tricky Triangle. Race number 10 in season number 3 for the Butt Kicker. Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network each and every Monday night. Mark it down on your calendars. Tell you what, do you want even better? Join us on that journey to 2,000 subscribers. While you're there, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Drop them a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash that bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're just sliding through to say hey, or you're one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, maybe even sponsors, like my man right here, Stephen Ayers Jr. He's coming to check out the product. Hope you like what you see, Stephen. Hope to see you out on track tomorrow night, continuing your run in the Swift MotorSports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. We're going to be right here live once again from Pocono Raceway. 80 laps on the schedule tomorrow night to round out the regular season right here at Pocono Raceway for the Performance Truck Series with Swift MotorSports. David Cameron making his way back by the 71 of Todd McGregor. They'll go at it once again. Noah Owens starting to heat things up as Donald Bennett. Man, where did the pace come from? Bennett has chopped his way up through the field and into the third and final podium spot, but don't look too far back because here comes that 88 of Noah Owens. He's running in the 4th position. Sean Mitchell has already made his second stop of the race, and it looks like he has fallen off of the lead lap. The 65 of Sean Mitchell, who was leading the race at one point in time, he's dropped back behind your race leader. How long can that 23 of Burrows keep? The 65 pinned 1 lap down. Todd McGregor going to come to pit road this time around. That's going to leave him 1 lap down as the race leader closes in on some back markers there. You can see the 69 Texaco Havoline machine piloted by Larry Poling just off in front of him. Poling running in the 9th position, last driver on your lead lap. Todd McGregor already down pit road in his box, down and away. McGregor looks to get back up to speed, but he is 1 lap down. Lee Campbell now able to get by Noah Owens for that 4th position, as Owens gonna peel for pit road for his second green flag stop. We have been clean and green all 42 laps here tonight from flag to flag so far. 69 of Poling looks like he's going to give up that lead lap position. Now he's going to battle lucky dog spot with that 65 of Mitchell. Mitchell with the fresh tires, but in the outside wall, he's going to scrub some speed and scrub some paint off of the side of that 65 of Mitchell. Now in 7th, first driver 1 lap down. There you can see the pace that those fresh tires have, man. That's almost 20 laps fresher tires Then the driver in front of him, Kevin Burrows, Chris Scala, yet to come to pit road. Donald Bennett, Lee Campbell, they'll peel for pit road this time around, as well as the 16 of Moqua. Moqua going to be listed last driver on the scoring pylon. One lap down here tonight. Long stay in the box for Moqua, 20 seconds stopped in the box. Long journey down that already long, suffering pit road. And if Moqua's not careful, I believe he may be in danger of going one lap down. David Cameron, Lee Campbell leaving pit road. Cameron in the 10 just coming to pit road last time by, as Lee Campbell and Donald Bennett are leaving pit road, getting back up to speed. They'll come back out onto the track somewhere around that 6th or 7th position. There you can see the 98 of Chris Scala yet to come to pit road. Way back in the distance, almost a full long pond straightaway advantage for the 23 of Kevin Burrows, who's continuing his green flag run, continue to keep that 65 pinned one lap down, and Mitchell finally going to take that top spot away. When will Burrows come to pit lane? And it looks like our answers will come, I believe, next time by is what we heard on the team radio. So look for that 23 to peel off and head to pit road this next time around. Chris Scala is still yet to come to pit road. Jason Branch running in the 3rd position. He was the first driver to pit road back on lap number 35, so already a 10-lap difference. You gotta wonder what the advantage is gonna be. We've seen Branch make up a ton of ground with just a 3-lap difference. See just how much time he's able to gain here with over a 10-lap difference on the tires as we check in with the 88 of Noah Owens. Running back in the 7th position, listed off of the lead lap, 3rd car in line for the lucky dog position. Larry Poling, Donald Bennett off in front of him. Poling still yet to come to pit road, so he's going to gain that spot once the 69 Havoline machine does come to pit road. Donald Bennett, only real driver he's going to worry about as race leader Burrows heads to pit road this time by. Chris Scala stays out on the track. He'll go back to the point. That's going to give us our 7th different lead change amongst 5 different drivers here tonight. How long will Scala stay out there? Gonna keep our eye on the timing and scoring. Down on the pit road and into his box. Right side's up and down already. Fuel cell getting full. Drivers drop the jack and Burrows heads out of pit lane. Donald Bennett now looking to get by that 98 of Scala and put himself back onto the lead lap the good old-fashioned way. Bennett now running in 6th, rounds out the drivers on the lead lap. Kevin Burrows with a big gain. But Jason Branch, bigger gain through this green flag run as Scala gonna peel for pit road. We'll watch the battle between Noah Owens and Todd McGregor now. And it looks like Jason Branch has done it. Branch was able to leapfrog Kevin Burrows that last time around, as we are now under 25 laps to go here from Pocono Raceway. The Tricky Triangle putting on a show here tonight. Ooh, Kevin Burrows looks to take that top spot away once again. And he's going to do so heading into turn number 1 down on the bottom of the raceway. That's going to be our 9th different lead change of the night. Kevin Burrows now back to the point, and I think he may have extended that run just enough to possibly make it to the end here on the fuel cell. Looks like he ran 22 laps. 23 laps, I apologize. He came to pit road first time on lap number 22, second time on lap 45, so a 23 lap run there. That's going to be right on the cusp of making it to the end on his fuel run. We'll have to see how much he can stretch this advantage out, as Jason Branch with a big gap back to Chris Scala, over 13 seconds back to Scala running in third. So Burrows is going to be able to really end up with a big time gap here. Sean Mitchell gonna head to pit road for what seems to be a third and final stop. Larry Poling gonna peel off from pit road this time around, give up a handful of positions and drop through the running order. Noah Owens, Todd McGregor, they'll leapfrog those two drivers. Noah Owens now rounds out your top 5. Things starting to settle down just a little bit at the front of this field. We'll stay with this battle right here between Noah Owens and Todd McGregor. It's your closest and really your only battle on the raceway right now. Noah leading McGregor by 0.4 of a second. Race leader Kevin Burrows absolutely hammered down still, even with the race advantage, the fresh tire advantage at the front of this field. Last time by running a 55.69, that is over 0.6 of a second faster than his closest competitor with fresher tires. Man, I'm telling you what, that is lightning quick out of Kevin Burrows here, able to keep a ton of pace on those tires all the way through the green flag run. And it's already showing up right here, over a 5-second advantage built up as we watch this battle continue to unfold. Noah Owens sitting in that 5th and final top 5 spot, and Todd McGregor wants it, lurking in the background. 71 down on the bottom of the raceway. He'll wash up off of turn 3 right in the draft. Look for a little bit of a pull down the front stretch and into turn number 1 with the 71 dive it down to the bottom. We'll have to wait to see how that played out, as Burrow's going to make his way by Moquel and leave him 1 lap down. That's going to put Moquel, the first driver, 1 lap down in the lucky dog position as we come to 20 to go this time by. And we're hearing some reports from pit lane that it looks like the 65 of Sean Mitchell may have some engine trouble. The hood has been up for quite some time. Mitchell has lost 3 laps to your race leader Kevin Burrows after leading a handful of laps earlier here tonight from the tricky Triangle Pocono Raceway. A tough break for that 65 and his entire crew. Mitchell still with the hood up, down on pit lane. Still watching your only battle on the track between Todd McGregor and Noah Owens, 5th and 6th on the raceway. Jason Branch gonna peel to pit road for what will be his final stop with 19 laps left. Man, I just don't know. That's going to be about a 6-lap difference on the tires for the remainder of this run. How long can Kevin Burrows stay out there on his fuel tank? He's got 16 seconds to play with. Back to your second place runner, Chris Scala, as Donald Bennett going to crack back inside your top 3. Bennett in a podium spot here at the home track. Can the Kutztown, Pennsylvania native walk away with a podium finish here from Pocono? We'll have to wait and see. Noah Owens, Todd McGregor, they're still trying to sort things out for 4th and 5th. David Cameron about 8 seconds back from them, running in that 6th spot. Jason Branch gonna rejoin the track back in the 7th position, still running on the lead lap, and that's a very important little fact that we have to keep in mind there, race fans, is the fact that he was able to keep himself on the lead lap. And Donald Bennett gonna pull to pit road. Drivers seeing they don't have enough fuel. Bennett falls from inside your podium spot. He's gonna come to pit road, give that 3rd position up. Noah Owens now cracks into the top 3. Bennett comes to a slide in the box. Right sides go up. Right side's down. Driver's crew goes to the left-hand side. Fuel in. Down and away. Bennett heads off pit road. And look at that. Driver that was in a podium position went to pit road, got right sides, and filled up on fuel. Only 9 seconds down there in his box, and Bennett still falling 1 lap down to your race leader, Kevin Burrows, who continues to keep that 16.3 second advantage over 2nd place runner, your pole sitter here tonight, Chris Scala, running in that 2nd position. And Scala with a 19-second advantage over 3rd place runner, this man, right here on screen inside that 88. Blues Diecast, Blues Race Designs, sponsored. Well, he owns the place. Of course it's sponsoring his car. Noah Owens rounding out your podium spots here tonight. Oh, and here comes Noah Owens. He's going to peel off for pit road. He doesn't have enough fuel. David Cameron right there in the 10. What does Cameron do? He's going to stay out on track. It looks like the 16 of Moco also going to stay out on track. He was last on to pit road on lap number 51. He extended the run further than anybody else. We'll have to wait to see if that's going to be long enough for him to possibly get himself back on the lead lap and into a better finishing position. Right now, running in that 10th spot, 1 lap down, Larry Poling now going to fall victim to your race leader, Kevin Burrows, and go 1 lap down. Poling going to be listed in that lucky dog position. Now Donald Bennett falling off of the lead lap. Jason Branch was able to keep himself on the lead lap by about 7 seconds here. 7 seconds out in front of Kevin Burrows right now. Branch, fresh tires. Bennett, fresh tires. Todd McGregor's going to peel for pit road. Oh my goodness. Things getting interesting here with a fuel mileage strategy. What does your race leader do here? He's got a 15.8 second advantage over Chris Scala. He's going to be able to coast this thing if he really wants to. As there you can see that 88 of a Noah Owens making his way off of pit road down there on the inside lane. He's going to drop all the way to the 10th position now, but he's got the freshest tires out there on the track. Todd McGregor down and away. He'll make his way off of pit road. And it looks like Noah Owens, his day is going to come to an end, running inside the top 5. Big time pit road penalty, speeding on entry to pit road. They held them in the box for over 35 seconds, and that is going to seal the deal on a top 5 run. Great run being had here tonight by that 88 of Noah Owens, but unfortunately, the pit road police popped them here tonight. 13 laps remaining as your race leader, Kevin Burrows, has dominated here tonight, led the most laps, and it looks like he's going to look for his 5th win on the season here. Close out the regular season in the Swift Motorsports BUTTKICKER Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series with a bang. Make it his 5th win on the season. Set himself up with some great momentum heading into round 1 of the playoffs here in season number 3. And, you know, if you're Burrows, what do you do here? Do you worry about coming down to pit road and getting fuel, or do you say, you know what, 15 seconds, he had a 16-second advantage, so already giving up 1 second on the track. Trying to keep our eye on that speed counter right there. Going to cross the line last time around B. He's running about 2/10 slower than your second place runner, Chris Scala, right now, so definitely in a little bit of conservation mode, a little bit of fuel saving mode. But that's the question. What do you do, race fans? If you're Burrows, you're out there by 15.5 seconds. You've got 4 race wins in your back pocket. You led the most laps here tonight. You led a lap, so you're going to get at least 2 bonus points right there into your back pocket. You came into tonight's race with a 40-plus point advantage. Going to pretty much solidly walk away with the regular season points championship. Set yourself up with a ton of momentum in the first place. Why not gamble? Why not roll the dice? Why not say, let's see? Why not make a game out of it? 11 laps left. I'll have to extend the fuel run 2 laps further than I have all night. Why not challenge yourself to pull off some strategy? I mean, what have you got to lose besides the race? We're all racers at heart, and nobody wants to lose a race, especially not on fuel mileage. But as the race leader in the position that he's in the point standings coming into tonight's race, and the way he's going to enter next week no matter what, I mean, why not? Why not try it? That's just me. I don't know. Through the third and final round of green flag pit stops, that has put all but 3 drivers off of the lead lap. Now just Kevin Burrows, Chris Scala, and Jason Branch rounding out your podium positions. Those drivers are the only drivers left on the lead lap. Donald Bennett sitting back behind your race leader in the 4th position. Lee Campbell now going to round out your top 5. He's going to have some company, though. Todd McGregor starting to close in on Campbell, and he's going to take that spot away with a fair amount of ease with much fresher tires than Campbell. Ten laps to go last time around for race leader. On screen right here, Kevin Burrows has got full command of tonight's race. 15.5 second advantage over Chris Scala. Jason Branch sitting back in third, about 30 seconds behind Chris Scala. 40 seconds in total behind your race leader, is now the 10 of David Cameron going to peel to pit road late here. That's going to put the 16 of Moco up to the 8th position as Cameron down into his pit box. Noah Owens going to pick up a spot. He'll move inside the top 10 to that 9th position. Owens listed 2 laps down. Cameron listed 2 laps down. And it looks like, unfortunately, the hood has finally dropped. The 65 of Sean Mitchell being pushed behind pit wall. Mitchell will be your first driver out of tonight's race. Hartman, Wells, and Clement all up there in race control. So those first 3 drivers not really, they here, just not here. And I hear you, Roy, out there in the chat. Good to see my good buddy Roy Hyde over here checking things out. Roy from another one of the series and leagues right here on the iRacing.com world's #1 racing simulator, checking in. And Roy says, you know, you got 15 seconds. The heck with it. Give it all back. Save it all. Give it all up. And see, I mean, why not? I gotta agree. And, you know, Roy's crew chieftain spotted for me quite a bit. Roy's pretty knowledgeable, knows what he's doing, and I kind of like that call. No real battles to speak of on the raceway. Everybody with a little bit of a gap. I say a little bit of a gap. Smallest gap between drivers. 5.2 seconds between Todd McGregor and Lee Campbell. That's 5th and 6th on the track. Top 3 drivers still out on the raceway. Jason Branch, first driver to make a 3rd stop here tonight, running 3rd on the track. Will your top 2 have to come to pit road? Will they be able to save enough? Scala, he's got himself about a 16. I apologize, about a 30-second advantage over Jason Branch. And even though Branch has got about 7 lap fresher tires, it looks like he's only about 0.4 of a second faster a lap. So do the math. 7 laps, 0.4. He's not going to make up 30 seconds. So if you're Scala, are you in fuel save mode at this point in time? You came to pit road 1 lap later than Kevin Burrows, so you don't have to stretch it nearly as far. And Burrows going to pit. Burrows going to give up the top spot. I believe he's going to get past coming to pit road if Scala stays out. Oh my goodness, Donald Bennett goes by and going to take the top spot. We'll look back here. There he is, man, off of turn 3. And yes, Scala, he's going to pass Burrows without a shadow of a doubt here. Scala going to take that top spot away with just 6 laps remaining. That's going to give us our 10th different lead change of the night, as now Todd McGregor looking to pass your race leader Chris Scala on the inside, get himself back on the lead lap instead of being in that lucky dog position. Your pole sitter Chris Scala, big time advantage, 23-second advantage over Kevin Burrows, who was able to actually, it looks like, get a 4-tire and full of fuel stop and still come out in front of Jason Branch running in that 3rd spot. Man, that's got to be a feel-good moment there for Burrows to stay out 13 laps and still come out in front of the drivers that he's been battling with during these green flag pit stops. Burrows going to sit in 2nd. Jason Branch back in 3rd. Donald Bennett in 4th, and rounding out your top 5 now, Todd McGregor back on the lead lap. All right, so we said it was an easy decision for Burrows to stay out. Looks like he was not going to be able to stretch the fuel long enough. If you're Chris Scala, you didn't try an undercut. I don't think you're going to try to wait to the last minute. I think Scala's going to run this thing out of gas. Another driver, Kevin Burrows, he had pretty much nothing to lose, but this driver, nothing at all to lose. Not a regular here in the Butt Kicker Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard series, so look for Scala to definitely roll the dice and see if he can't spoil the show, so to speak, after walking away with the pole position here tonight from the Tricky Triangle Pocono Raceway. Can Scala spoil the show and walk away with the checkered flag? We'll find out in just 4 more laps around this 2.5-mile tricky little track nestled right here in Pocono, Pennsylvania. Hey, a little bit of a tidbit. Honeymoon capital right here at Pocono. And Scala definitely saving some gas. We can see the miles an hour dropping big time. Let's go on board. Let's see how he is getting the job done saving this fuel. You can hear him not fully on the gas right here. You can see that RPM gauge. It's gaining, but very slow in comparison to normal. And look how long he is out of the gas, coasting into the corner and through the center. A little bit of a moment, washing up the track just a little bit there, giving away the secrets. Man, I tell you what, Scala, he's given up half of that time already. He's got 3 more, 2.5 laps left really He's going to coast big time into the tunnel turn. We'll keep our eye on Scala. Can he somehow save enough fuel? I think he can do it. I don't think so. I don't think he's going to catch him, Roy. I don't think he can do it. Well, I don't know. Looking at the popsicle sticks this time around, we'll get to that here in just 1 second. 2 laps remaining for your pole sitter, your race leader, Chris Scala. Last time by, a 59.09 ran by your race leader, Chris Scala. We'll keep our eye on the timing and scoring here for Kevin Burrows' time to come around. Burrows gonna put in a 55.72. That is almost 4 seconds faster that last lap. The Long Pond straightaway separate these two drivers. I don't think he's gonna get there. I think Scala has been able to save enough, rolled the dice, saved enough during this entire last run here. He needed to save 2 laps in order to make it. He's going to have a long way to go, though. 2.5 miles back around the tricky triangle. White flag, final lap of the regular season here for Swift Motorsports. BUTTKICKER, Ayers iRacing Paints, ARCA Menard Series will close out season number 3. We'll close out the regular season. Begin the championship run here. Chris Scala looking to finish tonight's race off right where he started, on the point, top of the board. He'll head into the tunnel turn for the final time. Just one more time around turn number 3 for the 98, and he can put the Serve Pro machine into victory lane. And I'll agree with that one too, Roy. Oh, so close. And he's gonna make it. He saved enough fuel, crossed the line, captured the checkered flag. Chris Scala gonna save the fuel and have enough to capture the flag here tonight, reclaim that top spot in the final few laps. What a run by Scala. That is saving a ton of fuel. 34 laps. 24. Yes, 24. We'll do the math right. Last on the pit road on lap number 46 was Chris Scala. 24 laps on the fuel for him. That is an amazing run. Heck of a job to the driver in that Serve Pro 98, capturing the flag in the final regular season race. And with that being said, race fans, we'll let him enjoy his cool down lap. We'll step away for just a brief commercial break, then head down trackside for your national anthem. Tell you what, he's close enough. Let's see if he gives us a little bit of a smoke show. And well, I guess he's just taking a victory lap. So with that, we'll be back. back trackside at the conclusion of one crazy fuel mileage race here at Pocono Raceway to round out the regular season here in season number 3 for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker, Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series. And let's see if we can now go grab a few words with some of the drivers that walked away in the podium spots here tonight. Let's see if we can dial up and talk to our good buddy inside the 22 machine, Jason Branch. It's Dave in the booth. You got your ears on, bud?
Hey, I got you, Dave. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. You had to throw something at him. It worked out for a moment, but just not quite enough at the end. How you feeling after walking away with yet another great solid top 5, another podium spot here tonight?
You know, Pocono has always been the track that I dread going to. I mean, I would rather go to all the road courses before I go to Pocono. I just, for some reason, cannot figure out turn 1. But, yeah, they started pulling away from me, and I said, if I just sit here, I'm going to be right behind them. So I tried to split it up in 3 stops, knowing that I was going to be 4 laps short if I kept pushing it, and I couldn't save because I was behind them. So I tried it. First stint, I mean, I gained probably 14 to 16 seconds on Kevin. I came out ahead of him. And then, of course, the old tires, he just drove around me again. And second time it happened again. But then, I mean, I had to do it. I had to do it.
Well, Jason, now that the regular season is behind us here, how are you going to switch gears and get ready to go championship racing? Next week, we go to the Lady in Black, the track too tough to tame, Darlington Raceway. How do you approach race number 1 in the chase?
I mean, you obviously got to go for it. I'm pretty good at Darlington and the other cars. I haven't drove an ARCA car there that I can remember anytime lately. ARCA cars seem to drive like dump trucks, so we'll see if we can keep it out of the wall and see how the race turns out. I'd like to win. I mean, everyone wants to win, but I just got to keep first place in my sights. I can't let them get too far ahead.
Absolutely. Well, Jason, it's been a pleasure watching you all season long once again here in the ARCA Menard series. And before we let you go for the night, would you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Just, you in the booth, you're doing a heck of a job week in, week out. My family, my teammates at 4X Racing. I want to thank iHeartRadio for letting me put their name on the car. And ServPro, Functional Fitness, great house. I know I'm forgetting some, but, my family let me come up here, do this, blow some steam off. And, the guys at Swift were putting it on.
All right, Jason. Well, we'll look to see if we can't catch up with you next week when that chase starts.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to get back to the winter circle. It's kind of lonely.
A little bit of a drought, huh?
Yeah. See you, Dave.
All right, well, there you hear Jason Branch. He's tired of not being in victory lane. He's somewhat content with these podium finishes here. Jason Branch going to walk away with the 3rd place here tonight. Tried some fuel strategy. Didn't quite work out in the end for the 99, but he'll walk away 3rd here tonight. That's going to move us right along to the driver that had quite a bit of a lead. Gambled and came to pit road late. Let's see if we can't dial up your regular season points champion. Hey, Kevin Burrows, you got me?
I got you, Dave. How are you?
I'm pretty good, man. Set me straight on this. Did you just get a point for winning that regular season championship? Did you get any bonus points? I can't remember.
I don't think I got any bonus points. I didn't get pole. I'm not for sure. I don't think I did.
Well, nonetheless, it's still bragging rights in my book, man, walking away with the regular season championship. But walk us through the end of the race. I thought you had enough. How short were you?
As far as catching Chris?
On the fuel.
I needed almost a gallon. and I pondered on the idea of going in and taking my gallon and no tires, and I kept looking up at Chris. I knew he had to be, or I was thinking he had to be fuel saving, and I don't know. I was back and forth on it quite a few times. I reckon I should have did some fuel saving too, but I didn't. I was a gallon short, and he got me on it.
Well, Kevin, you dominated with the race win column there in the regular season. 4 race wins on the season for you. How do you approach the chase? Which one of these upcoming races really sticks out as a tough track for you? Darlington, Vegas, Texas, Richmond, or the season finale at Homestead?
They're all tough. They've all got their own thing. They're all tough, and you got the other cars to contend with, not just the track, and it's going to be tricky. Jason's been clicking right along behind me there, and or in front of me there at the first of the season, but he's going to be right there with me, and hope a couple other guys help make it a good end of the season.
All right. Well, Kevin, again, congratulations on a great season for you here in the ARCA Menard series. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home on that 23?
Yeah, thank the wife and the daughter again. Thank Swift Motorsports for putting it on. Dave, again, you always do a great job. My parents are watching the broadcast tonight, so hi, Mom, hi, Dad, and hope to see you in here again the next round.
All right. Well, we'll hope to catch up with you at some point during the chase.
Thank
you. All right. There you go. Kevin Burrows walks away with the regular season points lead, and he will set himself up in a good position to start the chase as we head to Darlington Raceway next week. The track too tough to tame. Burrows finishes the night back in second. Now on to the driver that came to spoil the show, and that he did. Walked away with the pole position, walked away with the checkered flag. Chris Gollitz, Dave of the Booth, you got me?
Hey, buddy, I got you.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after, I don't want to say stinking the show up, but, I mean, you walked in here, showed up, showed out. How you feeling after capturing the flag?
I was just out here to have a good time, man. To be honest with you, it was just an off night for me of things that I usually do, something similar to you, and just decided I would race. And thanks to Justin and Darren and um, Gary and all those guys for allowing me to come in here and race. And again, just here to have fun. I mean, I ran one truck race earlier this season, went out an off night, and Kevin obviously was the fastest tonight. It's just one of those things where I think to myself, if you follow the leader during the race, you're going to follow the leader at the end of the race. So I tried to do something different. Probably should have pitted maybe a lap later on the first stop. But it almost bit me, but I was able to save enough fuel in the second and third run to just fortunately outrun Kevin there for that one lap. But he definitely was the fastest and definitely deserved to win this race tonight. But yeah, I'll take a nice win. Good win for the whole 4X team.
Good win for you and the whole 4X team. And I think some of your teammates getting on to you a little bit out in there in the chat. They said you need to practice on your burnouts a little bit. They seen you hit the wall there towards the end. What do you got to say to them?
No, they have every right to pick on me. It's all good. I pick on them in return. But no, I actually ran out of gas coming down the front straightaway there. So I just went to turn around and I just misjudged it and didn't brake hard enough, and she went straight to the wall. So figure I'd put some kind of mark on the car. But it wouldn't be a good 4X night if somebody didn't damage a car. So but either way, it was just fun to race. Thanks again to Swift and thanks to you guys, Turn 3, for broadcasting a race, and thanks to the viewers for watching. And definitely a great league. And if you're watching tonight, need somewhere to come race, come check out the Swift guys again, and then we'll hook you up in the league. And definitely a great place to race.
All right, Chris. Well, you know the drill. Thank yous, love yous, shout outs to anybody back home in Gainesville.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks to obviously my family for letting me race. Thanks for the 4X group here. And normally I have a list of sponsors here, so I'm just going to try to wing this one for the 4X guys. But I know, like, oh boy, here we go. We got the Great House. You got Surf Pro. You got iHeartRadio, who's been sponsoring those guys. Functional Fitness. and I probably have missed a lot more. Shout out to Austin Hill. Obviously, good luck this weekend at Watkins Glen. To my family, appreciate them letting me race. And for all those out there, got a daughter, 2-year-old daughter who um, got celiac disease, and I'm starting to put something out there. If you're one who fights celiac, which means you can only eat gluten-free foods and stuff, don't feel like you're weird or anything. You're not alone. Feel free to speak up and share it, because you definitely are one of us. And want to get that out to those people. But just thank you to everybody for watching. Appreciate it. And thanks for the fun.
All right, Chris. Well, until next time, my man.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right, there you have it. Chris Scala walks away with the checkered flag. A little bit of an off night for him, so he got to come out, rub elbows with the boys again. And Scala gonna park it in Victory Lane right here at Pocono Raceway to round out the regular season. Season number 3 now heads to the championship chase. What a night here from Pocono Raceway, man. I tell you what, a lot of great racing action on track, a lot of great racing action towards the end of the night. The fuel saving definitely came around at the end, and Pocono once again did not disappoint and ended up in a fuel mileage race. So heck of a job out there to all of the drivers tonight. And as you can hear, producers hitting those music buttons in the background, it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results in race number 10 here in season number 3 for the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series. Jason Branch gonna snatch. Well, that's in practice. Come on, Dave, get it right. There it is. There's your race results. Chris Scala gonna capture the flag. Kevin Burrows gonna walk away in second. Jason Branch rounds out your podium drivers here tonight. Donald Bidett with a good run. He'll make his way up inside the top 5. He'll walk away with a solid 4th. Todd McGregor gonna pilot that 71 machine home to a top 5. First driver listed off the lead lap, 1 lap down. The 14 of Lee Campbell slots home in 6th. Larry Poling pilots the 69 home to a 7th position finish. 8th place goes to Ethan Mokel, while Noah Owens finishes tonight's race in 9th position. 10th place goes to David Cameron. Sean Mitchell rounding out the field here tonight in 11th. Big time shout out, thank you and you're welcome to Logan Hartman, Gary Wells, Darren Clement, all up in race control. A little bit of a slow night for them, not much action with the green to checkered green flag racing night here again in the Butt Kicker Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series. These drivers are known to do that flag to flag racing right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So with all that said, race fans, we're going to begin to roll up some of the cords, shut off the lights, and get ready for tomorrow night's Swift Motorsports Performance Truck Series right here from Pocono Raceway. Join us for that one. If you haven't already, join us in our quest to 2,000 subscribers. Join the Turn 3 posse, that's right, and drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you checking in each and every time you do. Friends, fans, and family, we appreciate each and every one of you. Tell your friends, tell your families, friends, fans. Friends, family, friends. So on and so forth. That got a little out of hand. Come on out 7 days a week. Great racing action right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So with all that being said, race fans, we're going to step away for the night. And until next time, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and we'll meet you in Turn 3.